Have you ever found a balloon 3 weeks after the party? Do you remember how it felt like? I think the party was far away when you had the feeling of the balloon. Well, it's how it works in our body. When we grow older and we don't nurture the body, when we don't cultivate, it becomes like this half-flat balloon or the plant who doesn't have the water. What is important there is our energy, the vital force, if it circulates in our body, and also the connective tissues, the layers around the cells, the organs, the bones, if they're really filled with life force, or is the energy and the life force gone, then these layers, they start to stick together, and then we lose the movement, the vitality, and the mental and emotional condition starts to follow that. So the way of modern life is that we build up a lot of tension in the body. We get more and more acid. And that's not only in our physical body. If you look around on the street or you come in the city, then you see a lot of acid people. It becomes more and more difficult for them to smile or to feel alive and happy. So using the steps of Alchemy of Movement Vitality is to clean out the layers of the body, to honor the life force in the body and to let go of the tensions. It's like a sheet that is wrinkled, and you, by touching, by breathing, by moving, you move the wrinkles out of the sheet. The body is a vehicle for aliveness. It has its own memory. So you could say that all issues are still in your tissues. Although you don't know about it, the body will store the information until you have fully digested it. Let me show you how it works with the help of my blue friend. Because also he, probably when he was born, the sheets, the tissues were all open, very energized and full. And there was a lot of vitality, strength, flexibility, and a lot of internal power. But then gradually, when things pile up and they don't get fully digested, we see that the vitality lowers down and we get step by step in a survival mode. When our blue friend was born, he was a bit unlucky that the gynecologist was in a hurry. It wasn't time to be born, but well, it fitted in the schedule of the doctor. So it was kind of pulled out a bit too fast, and that created a lot of tension in his neck. The tissues, as you can see, they reacted strongly to that. And it was a completely healthy child. There was this tension inside now that spreads through the body, and as you can see, it goes through the shoulders. It might not create any dysfunction, nothing visible, no physical complaints at that moment. Now the blue boy, when he was 7, his parents got divorced. He didn't understand why. He didn't really also get like an explanation that he could understand as a 7-year-old. And he felt this divorce for himself also. It worked like a pull in his heart, like a twist. There was already this tension here. Now, the body needed about 20% of the life force to keep this going. And although he was a bit shy, now this did a lot on his system. It costed him maybe like 30 or 40%. Then he was 15, first sexual experience. That wasn't really a success. He felt strongly rejected. Now he got a bit insecure around the sexual center. And from that moment on, he got a little bit of back pain. And in the meantime, these different things, they start to pile up. He got his shape of his spine, which has a natural curve, but also flexibility, started to solidify. And he got like this little bump between the shoulders here. The combination of these three different things has a lot of effect on the organs. I would say this whole bladder, genital area, the function of the heart, and also the stability there is in the body because the neck is blocked. But it also does a lot on the emotional body and the way of thinking. It might create problems in the shoulder of this being, and maybe also a separation between the upper and lower body. The story I just told you might sound like pure horror. It's like a rarity or something. But in my 30 years of experience in treating people, touching bodies, and helping people also, I noticed that actually everybody has that. If you live into the world, then we have this kind of experiences. And it's not really the problem, because stress and these impacts, they help us to grow, to get more mature, experienced. But if we don't take care of the body, we don't get to this information, and it's step by step the body piles up and closes down. The 5 different online classes, they will help you to go step by step through these different layers of the body, the connective tissue, the energy, the different areas where you have stored a lot of potential from the past. You don't try to solve it. You can try to understand, know what happened. But what is much more important is that you get to the potential, get to the life force, get the movement and the vitality back.